The starship Erebus drifted silently in the void, its hull scarred from decades of service. It was one of 30 vessels in the United Galactic Alliance's 7th Fleet, tasked with patrolling the uncharted regions of the Andromeda Expanse. The fleet had been sent to investigate strange energy signatures emanating from a dying star system at the edge of known space. A mission that seemed routine until it wasn't. On board the Erebus, Ensign Kale Arvid sat slouched in his station chair, staring blankly at the glowing interface before him. He wasn't supposed to be here. As a low-ranking data analyst, he should have been tucked away safely in the belly of some orbital depot, crunching numbers and filing reports. But fate, or bad luck, had placed him aboard this ship when the fleet departed. Now, as they approached the mysterious coordinates, Kale felt out of place among seasoned officers who moved with purpose and authority. Captain Vera stood on the bridge, her sharp eyes scanning the array of monitors displaying incoming telemetry. "Report!" she barked, her voice cutting through the hum of activity. "Energy readings are off the charts, Captain," said Lieutenant Morrow, the science officer. His fingers danced over his console. "It's unlike anything we've encountered before. Could be natural, or artificial." Vera frowned. "Artificial?" Morrow hesitated. "Possibly. There's a pattern to it, almost like communication." Before anyone could respond, alarms blared across the fleet. Red lights flashed as every ship went on high alert. On the main view screen, a swarm of alien ships emerged from hyperspace, their sleek insectoid designs glinting ominously under the light of the distant sun. "They're hailing us," announced Lieutenant Sarah, the communications officer. "Put them on screen," ordered Vera. A grotesque figure appeared, a creature with too many limbs and eyes that pulsed with an inner light. Its voice came through distorted but intelligible. "Your presence is unwelcome. Leave now, or be destroyed." Vera straightened. "This is Captain Vera of the UGA 7th Fleet. We mean no harm. We are explorers, not invaders." The alien tilted its head, its mandibles clicking. "Exploration ended millennia ago. Your kind does not belong here." Without warning, the alien ships opened fire. Energy beams lanced through space, striking several ships in the fleet. Chaos erupted on the bridge of the Erebus as crew members scrambled to respond. "Shields at 60%, shouted Morrow. "Return fire!" Vera commanded. But the fleet's weapons were ineffective against the alien ship's advanced shielding. One by one, the human vessels began to fall, their hulls breached and engines crippled. Panic spread throughout the fleet as captains tried desperately to coordinate a defense, but the aliens' superior technology overwhelmed them. Kyle watched helplessly from his station, feeling utterly useless. He wasn't trained for combat. His job was to analyze data, not fight wars. Yet something gnawed at him, a nagging thought that refused to leave his mind. "Wait," he muttered, leaning closer to his screen. "Wait!" "What is it?" snapped Commander Rin, the executive officer, noticing Kale's sudden intensity. I think I see something," Kale stammered, unsure if he should even speak up. "In the energy readings, there's a frequency modulation embedded within the aliens' weapon signatures." Rin raised an eyebrow. "Frequency modulation? Explain." "It's subtle, but it's there," Kale continued, gaining confidence as he spoke. "Their weapons aren't just firing blindly, they're synchronized. Like they're part of a network." "And what good does that do us?" demanded Rin. Kale swallowed hard. "If we can disrupt that synchronization, we might be able to disable their weapons long enough to counterattack." For a moment, silence fell over the bridge. Everyone turned to look at Kyle, who suddenly realized how absurd he must sound. A nobody giving tactical advice during a battle? "Captain." Vera stepped forward, her expression unreadable. "Do you have proof of this theory, Ensign?" "No, ma'am," Kale admitted. "But I can run simulations to confirm it." "We don't have time for simulations," Rin interjected. "We need action, not speculation." Vera held up a hand to silence him. She studied Kyle for a long moment, then nodded. Do it. Run the calculations. Kale blinked in surprise. Me? But... You heard the captain, Rin growled. Get to work. Hands trembling, Kyle dove into his console, pulling up streams of data and running algorithms faster than he ever had before. Sweat dripped down his face as he worked, his heart pounding in his chest. Around him, the battle raged on. Explosions, rocking the ship and sending sparks flying across the bridge. Finally, after what felt like hours but was only minutes, Kale found what he was looking for. Got it! He exclaimed. There's a harmonic resonance point in their weapon frequencies. If we broadcast a counter frequency at exactly 42.7 megahertz, it should disrupt their systems. Vera didn't hesitate. Lieutenant Sarah, prepare. A broad-spectrum transmission at that frequency. Broadcast it fleet-wide. But, Captain, Sarah protested, if we're wrong, we're already losing. Vera cut her off. Ensign Arvid has given us our only chance. Execute the order. Sarah nodded and began entering commands into her console. Moments later, the Erebus transmitted the signal, which was picked up and relayed by the other surviving ships. For a tense heartbeat, nothing happened. Then, one by one, the alien ships faltered. Their weapons ceased firing, their shields flickered, and their movements became sluggish. Direct hit! Shouted Morrow as the fleet seized the opportunity to strike back. Human ships unleashed a barrage of missiles and laser fire, targeting the now vulnerable enemy vessels. Explosions lit up the void as the tide of the battle turned. When the dust settled, the alien fleet had retreated, vanishing into hyperspace as quickly as they had arrived. Cheers erupted across the human fleet, though tempered by the knowledge of the losses they had suffered. On the bridge of the Erebus, Captain Vera approached Kale, who still sat at his station, stunned by what had just happened. Ensign Arvid, she said, her tone softer than before, you saved us today. Against all odds, your insight made the difference. Kale shook his head. I just got lucky, I guess. No, Vera replied firmly. Luck had nothing to do with it. You saw something others missed because you paid attention. That takes skill and courage. From that day forward, Kale Arvid was no longer just a nameless data analyst. Word of his actions spread throughout the fleet, earning him respect and admiration from those who once dismissed him. Though he never sought recognition, he became a symbol of hope, a reminder that even someone with no rank could rise to greatness when it mattered most. And so, the legend of Ensign Kale Arvid lived on, inspiring generations to come. Proof that heroes aren't born. They're made, often in the unlikeliest of places.